And welcome back, everyone. Today we are going to be talking about the St. Louis Rapid and Blitz, which I will be competing in starting tomorrow on Friday, August 26th. Now, you guys, before we jump into what my plans are, what the goals are, expectations, etc., I do want to point out we've created a great video for this event, which I will be showing you guys now prior to talking about the event. All right, you guys, so that was our preview of our commentary, which we will be doing on my Twitch channel. Those of you guys who are watching on YouTube, and perhaps you also watch on Twitch, you will be able to see live coverage starting tomorrow at, I believe, 2 o'clock Eastern time, which would be, I believe that would be 2 plus 6, so it's 8 p.m. Central European Standard Time as well, and of course 1 p.m. Central Time locally here in St. Louis where the event is happening. There will be live coverage with Irina Crush, Benjamin Bach, Fiona Stale Antoni, Maria Emilia Nova, and Alex Astana. So, as we look at the participants in this field, one thing that you probably will notice from that video, which we just showed you, is that there is one player who is in that video who was supposed to compete in the event who is not competing. Now, Alireza Firouzja is the first player we will talk about. He is representing the country of France. Very strong player, very young. I still believe at the time he is currently number 3 or number 4 in the world. Canada's tournament was not his event, but he still remains a very strong player. We have Fabiano Caruana as the second player from America. There's Levon Aronian, also representing the United States of America. And then there's Shakira Mamedyarov from Azerbaijan. Jeffrey Zhang, who is a replacement for Richard Rapport. Now, Richard Rapport was originally supposed to compete in the event. However, due to COVID protocols, he was unable to make it, and therefore he is replaced by Jeffrey Zhang. There is also a change I must mention as well, which is the Sinkfield Cup, which will be happening after the St. Louis Rapid and Blitz. Richard Rapport was also supposed to play in that event, and he will be replaced by Hans Niemann in that event. So that's what we have there. Now, we also have Maxime Vachier-Lagrave from France, who is competing. You have Lenier Dominguez, also from America. Jan Nepomniachtchi, who will be competing for the World Championship against Ding Laurent. And then you see myself, Hikaru Nakamura, and of course, the last player, the other wild card in the event, Samuel Shanklin. Now, I did win this event last year, so the expectations are probably pretty high for me. Now, again, as I've said many times, whenever I approach a chess tournament these days, the first things first, I try to play solid, have a plus score, which means I have more wins than losses, and try to gain some rating points. Beyond that, it's all kind of gravy, as I would say. So for me, if I play well, I gain rating points and I have more wins than losses, that would be great. To try and top last year is pretty unlikely for a couple of reasons. When I played the event last year, I lost 0 games. Now, the event is comprised of 9 rapid games, which is 25 minutes with a 10-second increment. And then after that, there are going to be an additional 18 games of Blitz. You play everybody twice, once with white, once with black, for a grand total of 18 games. So 9 rapid, 18 Blitz games. That works itself out to 27 total games. So it's going to be a very long event. And of course, to lose no games out of 27 like I did last time, pretty unlikely. But again, you never know what can happen, as we saw last year. So again, my expectations are pretty tempered. I'm going to try to play good chess, gain rating points, and that's that. The field is also additionally quite a bit stronger this year than it was last year as well. So that should be pointed out. Now, I would also add, to try and make this a little bit interactive for all of you guys on YouTube, I want to ask what your opinions are on what sort of recaps I should do. Now, obviously, when I played in the Canada's tournament, there was 1 round a day, so it was very easy to do 1 recap of an individual game. Now, in this event, however, with so many games, I'm curious what you guys, the fans, would prefer. Do you want me to do a recap of one game? Let's just start with the rapid first. Would you like me to do like a recap of 1 long rapid game? Try and do short bits and pieces on all 3 games that I played throughout the day. You guys, the fans, let me know in the comments what you think and what you would like for this recap. So that is going to be quite interesting in terms of what sort of recaps I do. Obviously, as I said before, I'm looking forward to this event. It's going to be a lot of fun. I've played in St. Louis many times before, and we'll see how it goes. Obviously, for a lot of the players, it's sort of a warm-up for the Sinkfield Cup, the classical event, which will be happening after this, featuring most of the same players and, of course, the world champion Magnus Carlsen as well. So really looking forward to it. Again, it's going to be interesting how I do. As I said, I have pretty tempered expectations. I think all eyes will be on players like Alireza Firouzja, who's playing his first tournament in the United States. Also, Fabiano Caruana, who has had a very rough go of it lately. He performed very poorly in the Olympiad. He also did poorly in the Rapid Chess Championship on chess.com. A lot of eyes will be on him to see if he can sort of work his way out of that slump. Levon Aronian, another player who has been in a bit of a slump lately. He's lost a lot of rating points recently. Ever since the Grand Prix ended in Berlin. He had a very mediocre Olympiad as well, same as Fabiano. Large part of why the US team did not get a medal in the event. Shakrat Mamedyarov, he's been playing a little bit here and there in the Grand Chess Tour. He's had some good results, also hasn't been super active, but he's a very sharp player, very aggressive, is a style that a lot of players definitely like. Next, you have Jeffrey Zhang, who is still a junior player. He's representing the United States of America. Sort of been stuck in a rut for quite a while now. Jeffrey had a big leap about 2.5 years ago, I think right before COVID hit, where he spiked above 2,700. Since then, he's kind of leveled out. He's still around 2,700, give or take 10 points either way, 2,710 to about 2,690. So he's had a lot of ups and downs. He sort of feels like plateaued. So we're going to see how he performs as well. And then you have Maxime Vachier-Lagrave. Now, I had a conversation with my trainer, who's here, Christopher Littlejohn, recently, and we were trying to think, when was the last time I saw Maxime? Now, I did see him very briefly at the third Grand Prix in Berlin, but prior to that, I don't think I've seen Maxime since before the pandemic began. I want to say last time I actually saw him in person was maybe in 2019, towards the end of the year, perhaps, but it's been a very long time. After that, we have Lenier Dominguez, another player representing the United States of America, also coming off a very tough result in the Olympiad, lost quite a few rating points there. He's been very solid. It seems to me that his style, the way that he plays, he shouldn't have too many issues sort of finding his rhythm again and playing well. But again, we'll be looking to see how well he does. Then, of course, there's Jan Nepomniachtchi, who I recently played in the Rapid Chess Championship, another player who all eyes are on. First of all, because he is playing a match against Ding Liren for the unofficial, quote-unquote, World Chess Championship in the near future. I know you guys will have comments about that as well. But Jan will be playing a match against Ding Liren. Now, I played him in the RC recently. He showed some fantastic opening preparation, clearly doing a lot of work for that event. And I would say, if I have to look at players, I'm going to exclude myself from such conversations at the moment, just because it's a little bit weird to talk about myself in the context of being a favorite or winning the tournament. He's definitely one of the players who I would say is one of the favorites for the event. Again, we will see how it goes for him. But he is one of the players that all eyes will be on, especially because based on when I played him in the RCC, it seems as though he is not holding back his opening secrets. He's just playing every event as it comes and trying to play as well as he can, and he's showing great opening preps. So he is going to be one of the players to keep an eye on. After Jan, you have myself. Now, I already spoke about my expectations and what I think I will do. Again, I want to have a plus score. I would like to win the event, but again, I think when you go in expecting to win, you're putting too much pressure on yourself. It's not a good mindset to have, and I would say that for myself, in particular, when I look at the candidates tournament where I just played, I had some very modest goals. Things more or less worked out. Obviously, it didn't finish the way I wanted it to finish, but I think when you start out with that expectation of expecting to win and putting that pressure on yourself, it's not a good place to be in. So I'm definitely not looking at it through that lens. If I do win, that's great. Much like last year when I came to play, I thought I could win. But you just play, you see how it goes, and you don't really worry about the what ifs if you can avoid it. Now, the last player in the field, of course, Sam Shanklin, former United States chess champion, also representing the United States. Now, Sam has had a lot of ups and downs. One thing that people on YouTube may not know is that Sam and I worked together during the candidates tournament, which was held in Madrid, Spain, about a month and a half ago. We worked together for that event. Now, Sam did a lot of great preparation. Unfortunately, most of that preparation was not used. In fact, to be blunt, I think none of it was used. None of the work that he did was actually used throughout that event. So Sam told me privately, he's great to do some work on his chess and do some preparation. And then for none of it to be used, obviously it means that there's a lot of prep left for him to use in his own games. So it's going to be interesting to see how Sam does. Obviously, Sam as well, he's been in a bit of a rut. Olympiad, just like most of the other players here, did not really go the way that he would have liked for it to go. Nonetheless, very strong player. He's always very well prepared for the games, and he's very, very serious. And so Sam definitely is another player who I think it's hard to know what to expect from him, but I think if he puts up a plus score, he will also be quite happy with that. If he wins the event, that would be spectacular, but I don't think that for Sam, that's probably what he's thinking about at the moment. So once again, you guys, we are going to have coverage on our Twitch channel. I will be doing recaps based on your input, whether you want the 1 game or the 3 long games, but it's going to be really exciting to play again over the board here in St. Louis. One other tidbit that I will add, you guys, is there is some chance that I will be able to film some IRL videos playing Blitz here in St. Louis. Hopefully I'll be able to do that in between games, you know, when I have time, if there is time. So perhaps there's a chance for some extra content. I hope you guys are looking forward to all that stuff, and I hope you have enjoyed this short video. This is YouTube only content, and I will be doing everything based on what you guys want. So to everybody out there, if you have not hit that subscribe button yet, make sure to click below and hit that subscribe button. I hope you have enjoyed the content, and I hope you guys are looking forward to a lot of recaps from the St. Louis Rapid and Blitz here in St. Louis, Missouri, in the United States of America. See you guys soon. All right, I am ending the stream. Okay, there we go.